Hi, my name is Robert Paylor, a Jesuit graduate from the class of 2015, then graduate from UC Berkeley class of 2020. I'm now on a journey to walk again, and I'm also an inspirational speaker. The single most important thing is that I want people to leave with after seeing it is to live with perspective. At one time I was just another regular student at Jesuit, kind of your all-American kid. I never anticipated something like this happening to me. When it did happen, I had a tremendous perspective shift of what life can be like, both in its lows and its highs. And as I've continued to be able to gain more movement, be able to walk further, and be able to make an impact on the lives of others to a greater degree, I've always tried to maintain perspective of what it was like to sit in a hospital bed for a month, not knowing what my life would look like, to always live with that perspective and then give that perspective to others. So when something hits us and we're saying, man, I'm going through a really tough time right now, to just be able to say, compared to what? There's so much that I do have, and there's so much that I can do. So that perspective is what I hope that people come away with when they see and listen to my story. We're starting off with a couple of journey songs. So the first is Don't Stop Believing. And I think that's pretty self-explanatory right there in the title. I think belief is such a powerful tool to be able to overcome seemingly unsurmountable obstacles in our future, and to just continue to move forward with perseverance and positivity. The second one is another journey song. It's called Right Now. And this song really became introduced to me in a strong way in one of our pre-game chapel meetings that we had before a football game my senior year at Jesuit, and very much in terms of living in a present moment, just being ready to go right now. That's something that I always try to cultivate in my life and try to get people to gain awareness of in theirs, is to just be awake, to be present right now, to not let any day sort of just simply pass by, but to take advantage of each day. And then the third song is These Alone Are Enough. And this is a song that was introduced to me at Jesuit, and was frequently repeated to me at Jesuit in our masses and just in general worship and retreats. But to always strive to let be God's will be the number one priority. And that's something that I've really gone back and forth with, because in my situation, I want to walk. I want to walk so badly, and it's been a little bit of mental gymnastics to be able to balance my own desires with God's will for my life. Of course, I know that God listens to my desires and answers my prayers, every single one of them. But sometimes life isn't exactly the way that I ask for it to be. And whether that's in walking or anything in life, to always have my number one priority to be that God's will is done in my life and that I live according to God's will. I don't always accomplish it, but I certainly endeavor to. And that song has always been a good reminder of how to keep my priorities straight and keep moving forward on the right path. Number one, I of course have to put God, my faith, my religion. I certainly would not be where I am today if it weren't for my faith and for how God has guided me throughout my life, and everything that my faith has done for me, both directly in the things that I can see and I can recognize, and indirectly in the things that I cannot see and that I have not recognized. Second would be my family and my friends. The most important people to me in my life. People, if I had like a magic genie come up to me and say, Robert, what would you give up everything to be able to walk again? I'd say yes, everything but my faith, my family, and my friends. So important to me, and they've carried me through every challenge I've gone through and have given me so much appreciation for my life. The third most important thing to me is speaking, sharing my story. It's given me such purpose in my life, so much purpose that I wouldn't even change what happened to me, because I love to share this story. It keeps me, going along with this man for others type of mindset throughout my life, something that I continue to try to emulate in my life. It's given me a great mission to be on, to take what's happened to me and turn it into a gift. And that's a gift that I can share with other people. Fourth most important thing to me is just being outside. So whether that's sports, whether that's fishing or hunting or hiking or just whatever it is, I really enjoy it all. And whenever I'm outside, I see God out there with me and His creation, and there's never a bad moment when I'm outside. And then fifth most important thing for me is I really enjoy cooking. I love being able to like wrap up a day with a nice meal, and especially when I get to share that with others. I definitely like to eat, so I had to learn how to cook, and it's always a fun way to kind of unwind the day. I really enjoy it. It really meant to me that I was achieving my fullest potential. That was very quickly realized by me when I went on some recruiting visits, and I was recruited to go play for the Cal men's rugby team. Very successful team, very competitive team. It wasn't going to be any walk in the park to gain a starting position, even though I was coming in as a quite good high school player. I really had to earn it, and I would be challenged, and that's on the field. That's certainly in the classroom. That's in every walk of life. I would really be pushing myself, but not too far. It was all things that were very attainable for me. But it was going to require effort and perseverance and consistency day after day. So I felt really blessed to have that opportunity to go to Cal, to take the things that Jesuit had taught me, and to be able to apply that in this new walk of life, the next stage of my life, which was college. And I'm proud to say that I think I did reach my fullest potential through the 4 years that I spent at Cal. Yeah, if I could relive any time or any year of my time at Jesuit, it would certainly be my senior year. My senior year at Jesuit was bar none one of the most enjoyable years of my life, and it follows with that seize the day type of attitude, to where I was really just doing everything that I wanted to do in so many different areas. That's athletically, that's in the arts with my involvement with the band, that's with my involvement in the ministry at Jesuit, and with retreats and different author offerings that Jesuit has to offer in terms of building one's faith that I took advantage of. I was very busy my senior year, and I was busy in just the most amazing things, with excitement in my future, and so much gratitude from the last few years that I had at the school, and the friends that I had developed, and the brotherhood that I had developed with all of them, and feeling some leadership and some ownership of this school, and representing it the best that I possibly could. It was really just the pinnacle of my high school experience. And honestly, if Jesuit had a little 4-year university afterwards, I might have even considered sticking around for that, just because my time at Jesuit I so cherish. It taught me so much, and that senior year was really the top of the mountain when it came to my experience. Is to treat everything with gratitude. Now, I think this is a pretty bold blanket statement to make, because it's not easy to feel in a sense of gratitude when something's happened to us, when bad things happen to us. I can certainly relate to that. Trust me, I've been there. I've done that. But when I look back on my journey, the most difficult things I've ever gone through, and we're talking about not being able to breathe, we're talking about not being able to eat, we're talking about looking into a future where I might not be able to move my body ever again. There was a lot that I didn't have to be grateful for, but in that moment there was so much that I still did have to be grateful for. And I of course end each day with a prayer before I go to bed. And in the beginning of each of these prayers, I always start by saying, God, thank you for this day. And when I was in that hospital bed and I was fighting for my life, I had a really hard time being able to say those words and really mean it. But when I look back on everything I went through back then and where it's gotten me today, I am so grateful that I was able to endure through those moments. I'm so grateful for the lessons that it taught me, the gifts that it taught me. It wasn't easy to say back then, I'm glad that I did, because every single day is a gift. No matter what comes to us that day, I think we ought to treat each day like a gift. Embrace it. Say thank you for that gift, because no day is guaranteed. Tomorrow is not guaranteed for anybody. And it's really important for us to remember that, I think, to always live in a state of gratitude, to be grateful for everything.